Okay, sharing another dream that I had on the night of February 1st, 2001. And one of the reasons why I'm going to share this is because of some of the things that were in the dream itself and the names of the streets or avenues. Okay, this is what was really weird, okay? And at the time, I didn't think it really made much sense, but I kind of go back over some of the dreams that I have and a little bit later to see, okay, if anything's revealed more or anything maybe similar happened, which actually some things have come that I've dreamt about. So I know it sounds strange, but anyways, in this dream, I was a little kid again, and I was with my dad. Okay, and my dad had a little old car, little white car that I don't know if anybody knows what kind of car this is, but it was called a Rambler. Yes, it's a really, really old car. Anyways, he had this silver rack, like you put luggage and stuff on the back, you know, where the trunk is, where you open the trunk, the lid of the trunk, that's where it was at. And everything was original in this vehicle, even when my dad had it, until he couldn't drive it anymore because something had happened to it, and he parked it in the yard, and a guy wanted to get parts from it, supposedly for a vehicle of his, and he was supposed to take all of it and pay my dad for the parts and everything. Well, kind of a long story short of what happened in real life. He took parts off of it and everything, never really paid my dad. And then this guy came back and robbed our house. Yeah, really nice guy. Anyways, at the time my dad was, not going to church and stuff at the time. And boy, was he mad and ranting and raving some very, very choice things. But anyways, this was when I was really young in real life, where, that happened with the Rambler. But anyways, this dream happened February 1st, 2011 or 2001. And it was like I was a kid again, and my dad had that old white Rambler car. And we were going to some group or something, like concert or something anyways. And it was up by a street named Boulder Avenue. And cross street, Alexander. So I don't know if that was something significant, but kind of unusual. Anyways, we had to park on the other side of the street and walk like 2 blocks to get to this building where we were supposed to go. When we got there, this small group was standing in the front of the building, and a man was talking to us. As the group started to go into the building, somehow I got separated from my dad. And I was very scared, and I couldn't find my dad anywhere. So I got very panicked. And then I went and told a security guard that I got separated from my dad, and he took me around trying to find my dad. Many of the men inside of the building looked similar to my dad, but it was not my dad. He wasn't anywhere in there. They looked like him, but none of them were him. The security guard said that if we couldn't find my dad, that he would have to call the police. And so, of course, I got scared and everything, and I ran out of there. And I didn't want to go with the cops and everything. Okay, remember, I'm a kid in this dream. Okay. And as I was heading back to the car, I saw a homeless man. I was calling out for my dad because it kind of looked like this homeless man, I guess, looked like my dad. But I didn't get any answer. And of course, the homeless man wasn't my dad either, but the homeless man just looked at me and everything really strange, like, why was I yelling, and calling out someone's name and everything. And I was heading back to the car and almost there, and then I woke up because the alarm went off. So it has separation in here, things that look similar or appear to be one thing and they're not. This has a name of a street, which I don't know, maybe that actually means something, the name itself. I've had dreams where when I have specific names given for a street or something, a lot of times it has to do with a person named that, not always. It's just kind of odd. And that I was a little kid again, and I was with my dad, and we were somewhere and we got separated. So I don't know exactly why. I've had a lot of crazy stuff happen in my life, so I can't point to anything one in particular that would be this telling something about something that happened when I was younger or something like that, or even something that might happen now other than maybe in the rapture or something where you get separated somehow, and whether it's you or the other person, or separation some other way somehow, I'm not sure. All I know is there's a lot of this kind of stuff sometimes that happens in dreams that I have, where there's a separation or where you have going different directions for some reason. I don't know. Anybody else get any insight from it? You can leave a comment in the section below, and I'll try to get back to you and see. Since I've been going over and I found some of my old dream diaries, and I know there are other dreams I have that honestly, I don't think I had the dream diary part at that time where I could write it down. So I wrote it like on a piece of paper, where I'm a pack rat when it comes to papers and stuff like that, especially if it seems like it's something important or a dream or something like that. I always file them away. So honestly, it might be one of my boxes where I filed my papers away. I'm trying to remember. I do remember the main parts of some of my dreams I've had, but not every single detail maybe. But what I can remember of them, it's kind of brought to memory again. Those things that are brought to my memory again and seem important, I could share them if I get any more insight or any revelation through what I've asked in prayer. I can expound on them possibly again and give some more insight. I've been asking for a while to get a greater understanding for interpretation in my dreams. I don't know. I've asked, nothing yet. A little bit more understanding, but not anything I would say where I understand every single thing that I've dreamt about. So I'm still waiting on that. And I know that if there's a need for it, I will either have it interpreted by someone else, or I will get the revelation of what it means. I'll get the understanding. So if any comments or any insight into them, leave it in the comments below, and I'll get back to you. And God bless.